Hello, Suzanne Henwood here from Embraining for Success. I want to share with you a poem, not something I often do, although as a kid I often used to write poetry, and as a teenager I wrote poetry to handle my feelings, and I have books of sad poems where I expressed myself. So not surprising then that poetry still speaks to me. And this one today really spoke to me, and I want to share it with you. And it's from a book called Seeking the Light, Poetry for the Soul, Volume 3 by Annalisa de Jong. And it's just simply called Back. As you sit and listen, just think for yourself what it is that you might benefit from going back to. Not to dwell there, not to linger there, not to fester there, but back so that you can embrace and heal. So, Annalisa de Jong, back. Go back, not to stay there, but to find what you left behind, what remained undone and follows you now at your heels, waiting your return. What goodbyes were not said, or griefs unexpressed on those back steps, or the long ago hospital bed. What was left? What has you now going round in circles, looking, longing, for you know not what? And what bandage have you applied to distance yourself from past regret? What mask do you hold so tight in the fear it will slip? What wounds with a knock tend to split? Go back. The words that were never said, the hopes dashed and expectations unmet. Be brave enough to acknowledge the needs that still remain from what you couldn't help, or could have helped, maybe, but believe yourself to have failed. Write away the pain. Find a friend and speak of the ache. Speak until the words finally dissipate. Speak to those whose faces are long gone, for their presence lingers till you do, in every pattern you repeat, and stronghold which has you bound. I'm going back, not to stay there, but to retrack my journey up to now, until it's clear where it broke and cracked, and where I made the replacement, thinking I had mended the ache of loss. Oh, how wrong I was. I'm coming back. I pray for you that you would find the strength, the courage to go back. And you don't have to walk that journey alone. There are people around who will walk next to you, or behind you to hold you, or in front of you to lead you on. But I really pray that you would have the courage, the strength to go back to those broken places, those moments where, because of pain and hurt, you kind of didn't quite deal with something, and you plastered over it or put a mask on it and hid it in some way for all the best intentions at the time. And now it still impacts on you, and it still creates patterns that are not resourceful in your life. And it still means you're not living life to the full. You're not allowing yourself to heal so that you can be the fullest, best form of you. And I believe that's what you're here for, to be the best form of you. God created you as unique, fearfully and wonderfully made, it says in Psalm 139. Not as a fixed entity, not as an immature child that stays as that moment you were born, and yet you have all the potential you were born with, but as a wise, evolving, growing, dynamic being, learning each step along the way with God where to go and what direction to move in. And I just pray you would have the courage to go back and find where you just need to talk, express, understand, heal, forgive, whatever it is that you need to do to allow that pattern and that knot to let go and untangle. So I leave that with you. It spoke to me today, this poem, and I hope it speaks to you. And I wish you every blessing as you take that journey in your own time and in your own way. But I do pray you'd have the courage to take that journey and to become the person you were created to be. Bless you.